Hey everybody, figured I'd do a little bit of a video on what I did to the little turd saw here. They're not bad saws out of the box, really a little bit hot. The roof of the exhaust was at 102 degrees after top dead center. When I timed it stock, I was kind of surprised about that. I didn't move the exhaust port. I did a little bit of piston work. I started with some 220 grit sandpaper. Took the, made it to where the exhaust would open at 100 degrees after top dead center rather than 102. The muffler mod right here. Come out, the exhaust come out of the exhaust port, go in here and have to go through all of this stuff, and then loop around and come back out here. So I blocked that off with a little piece of sheet metal and a couple of screws. Nothing fancy about that, but it just seemed to me the way it was set up from the factory, it would really heat the cylinder up. I mean, the cylinder's hot enough as it is. Going in, working through and coming back out. This deflector was the only thing separating it from the cylinder. And of course, after blocking this off, the exhaust had to have somewhere to go, so put a little hole in there. It really needs to be opened up a little more, so we did that. Did a little bit of work to the piston. I, by the way, finished that up with some 600 grit and smoothed it out real good. I roughed up the inside of the crankcase, kind of helped with flow. The walls of the walls of the crankcase they're really thin. It's a clamshell design, not a lot you can do with it as far as the transfers go. I didn't raise up or transfers. I just roughed up the transfers inside the crankcase. I advanced the timing by 5 degrees. I filed the keyway until the flywheel would turn 5 degrees on the crankshaft, and cinched it down, put it back together and sent it. The rings that were in it were pretty good still. It's a really small ring gap. It's got good compression. It responded really well to this. You can do this with nothing more than a few different kinds of sandpaper, from 220, 400, 600 is what I use on the piston. I'd used a Dremel on the inside of the crankcase. You could really use sandpaper on that, a file, and a drill and a couple bits to do the muffler mod. You could really do this with a drill, a file, and a few different kinds of sandpaper. It responded real well. But anyway, check it out.